There's a war going on in this country, not on the battlefield, but against women and children caught in a perpetual cycle of poverty.
So tonight, our Carolyn Clifford introduces us to a group of women who have joined forces to put an end to the struggle passed on from one generation to the next. Carolyn.
Curtis and Heather, they call themselves Warrior Women Against Poverty, and they're waging a battle to end the revolving door of poverty in Metro Detroit, which has the highest rate among metro areas in America. According to a recent study by the Brookings Institution, at 32%, that's more than twice the national average.
If you look around this room, it may seem like a social gathering, but if you look deeper, you'll quickly realize these ladies mean business. In fact, they're declaring war. This is where the battle begins. On the streets of Detroit, they're fighting poverty, homelessness, and their #1 target to prevent it is African American women.
I never thought that me and my 4 children would end up in a homeless shelter.
2 years ago, Rucker and her 4 children landed here at the COTS homeless shelter in Detroit. After her divorce, going back to school and getting a home on her own seemed impossible.
It was like a vicious cycle where I would keep on trying, then it was like an uphill battle.
Ethel stayed in the shelter for 6 months and then voluntarily joined Warrior Women Against Poverty, a support group right at COTS.
And it really is a network of, a movement, really, of African American women helping other women.
It was founded by the retired CEO of the Skillman Foundation, Carol Goss, who spent a year at Harvard University focusing on social justice issues. Upon return, she invited 40 other women to join her movement to help Black women escape poverty and to become more self-sufficient.
We're not asking them for anything in return, except to move on with their lives.
Women like Ethel are mentored by accomplished women like Pearl Ann Pollard. First, they talked on the phone, and once trust was established, they met face to face, and a lasting friendship began. After a year, Pearl Ann realized a big obstacle for Ethel not going to school or holding down a job was no transportation. So she got her this car.
She said, well, what do I owe you? Like, what? I said, you owe me a college degree.
Ethel started college in September of last year. Another Warrior Women mentee is Tamika Evans, who landed at COTS unexpectedly.
I was married and my husband was abusive and I decided to leave.
She did not want her 8-year-old to believe violence was okay, and she had dreams of one day owning her own bakery. Warrior Women was a perfect fit.
African American women that are really there to support you and not there to bash you or judge you.
When you turn in your resume.
Warrior Women work in unison with the programs already established at COTS. COTS CEO Cheryl Johnson has been fighting homelessness at this shelter for 27 years. She has served mothers and fathers at COTS. Then years later, she would see their children return for help because they became homeless too.
Children coming back now as adult people with their children, and something's wrong with that.
She believes if the cycle of poverty will ever be broken, we must lift parents up.
It really is a movement that, when scaled up, could impact our entire region.
They work on how to dress professionally, job leads, banking, and how to keep a family on budget and uplifted. And for women like Ethel and Tamika,
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
and their mentors, the whole process is life-changing.
And it really made me understand the meaning of love. I don't have to be related to someone to love them unconditionally.
To have this network of women to help guide me to get there is such a wonderful thing.
That's why we choose Warrior Women Fighting Poverty as our Person of the Week.
Pretty amazing what they're doing. Each Warrior Woman taking part is assigned a mentee, and they have monthly meetings to set goals to move forward. The mentorship lasts about a year, and then another group of mentees will be selected to participate. They're hoping this program will grow across Michigan and really across the nation. And when you think about poverty, that's like a family of 4 living off of less than $25,000 a year.
So
you know,
hard.
too often we know that kids can often find mentors, but as people grow, they still need that guidance. They still need somebody to support them.
They do, to be uplifted.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Great program. Thank you, Carolyn. Well, several